of smiles, insane street food, stunning roads, and for me, the place where I fell in love all over again, with life, with freedom, and with this, the motorbike. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking you on a little journey, not just through Thailand's roads, but through my story, my passions, and my next big move. I'm going to share why I fell in love with Thailand, some stories from my motorbiking adventures there, and I'm going to be telling you all about my move. So grab a coffee, buckle up, or zip up, because you know bikers don't buckle. Let's get to it. As we get going on these incredible roads in Thailand, I've got to tell you how I even got here. I only passed my motorbike test last February, but even before that, before I was legally allowed to ride, I went and bought myself a bike. I remember it like yesterday. I found a deal online for a Sparkpillen 401. It's Husqvarna made, Neo Retro Scrambler. Brilliant little single cylinder 400cc naked bike. Super lightweight and agile, and in my opinion, stunning. It was a few hours from where I lived, but it didn't matter. I hired a van, drove down, and picked it up like a kid at Christmas. 2,500 quid, well spent. As soon as I passed my test, I was on that thing every chance I got. The city suddenly felt smaller, like I'd unlocked some secret level. I was weaving through traffic, riding it to work every day, feeling that addictive freedom only a bike can give you. But the real fun, that came on my days off. I'd suit up and head for the countryside. B-roads became my playground, zipping along, wind in my face, finding random little pubs and hidden lanes. That was my first real taste of what biking gives you. Immense freedom, a sense of being completely alive, and honestly, a little bit of rebelliousness. I didn't waste time in customizing my bike. I got the new Leo Vinci exhaust, a new chain, a fueling map, all sorts of mods, and it gave me some pretty impressive performance gains. I once clocked 116 miles an hour, which is far higher than the claimed top speed. Must have been a strong tailwind. But the bike wasn't just a way to get around, you know, she was my baby, my most prized possession. And then she was gone. 8 months later, after buying it, I woke up at 3 AM and could hear bad sounds, so jumping out of bed and realizing what was happening, I ran outside, but it was too late. Two guys had gone with my bike. They cut through the heavy chain, the disc lock, smashed the steering lock in minutes, and despite having two trackers fitted, they were both dead after 15 minutes. I called the police, but you can probably guess how that went. And, when the insurance payout came through, I was still down about £3,000, you know, so I couldn't afford to replace her, and it felt like someone had ripped a part out of me. I think the universe thought my karma was out of whack, because a couple months later I entered a raffle for a motorbike and I won. I'm not kidding, against all odds I actually won a bike in a raffle. So maybe I'm just insanely lucky bastard, maybe it's my karma. Either way, I took it as a sign. I had to make the most out of this, and so that's how I found myself out here, riding the most beautiful country I could have ever imagined, Thailand. This footage was from day one of my journey riding the Mae Hong Son Loop. In my last video, you saw me leave Chiang and climb all the way to the summit of Doi Inthanon, the highest point in Thailand. Now I'm descending. The air's cooler, the jungle's thicker, and I'm winding my way through endless hairpin turns, riding under canopies so dense that the light barely touches the road. Every few minutes I'd burst out into these open stretches with insane views, lush rolling hills as far as the eye can see. Northern Thailand really blew me away. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you're going to see something special. As the sun sets, the landscape lights up in this golden glow. The photos and videos just don't do it justice. The Mae Hong Son Loop was the ride I came out here for. I'd read about it for months back home. It's legendary. Over 600 kilometers of near perfect tarmac, 1,864 curves, and views that make you pull over every 5 minutes because you can't believe what you're seeing. Most people tackle this trip on a little moped or a scooter, but you know me. I've got the bug for big bikes. Twisting the throttle and hearing the engine roar through the hills, it's pure bliss. And these roads, unreal. Perfectly banked corners, light traffic, just enough unpredictability to keep you sharp. 1 minute it's smooth tarmac, wide open road, and the next you're dodging a dog taking a nap in the middle of the lane, or a truck creeping around a blind bend. I did make a bit of a rookie mistake. The plan was to stop in Mae Chiang for one night, and then ride on to Mae Hong Son town the next day. Simple enough, right? But in my excitement, or maybe I was just too busy grinning like an idiot in my helmet, I accidentally routed straight to Mae Hong Son town. And no regrets though, Mae Hong Son is a gem. A small town surrounded by mountains, with a night market that absolutely comes alive after dark. I checked into my hostel, £17 a night, private room, not bad at all. I was about to walk into town when the hotel manager offered me a lift. Just typical Thai kindness. I wandered the night market, bought myself a Mae Hong Son t-shirt, and headed over to Wat Chong Klang, this beautiful lakeside temple glowing under the night lights. The reflection of the golden spires on the water, unreal. Then came dinner. For £1, it's probably the best meal I ever had. A bowl of spicy khao soi nearly made me weep with joy and pain. Because to be fair, the extreme spice did come back to haunt me the next morning. But it was delicious. I did discover a certain thing that you need to bear in mind if you're going to have super spicy food out in the middle of the backcountry Thailand is, once you start your trip the next day, you might find yourself having to use the toilet. And on the road, not so many options. You will find little rest stops. What I did find is that obviously they have the bum gun in true Thai fashion, which is great. We all love the bum gun. But for then drying yourself afterwards, not really anything there. So at one point I did have to use the toilet as a matter of emergency, thanks to last night's dinner of course. And after using the bum gun I realised, oh, no towels. So the good thing is, being in Thailand, you can just pull your trousers back up, sit your wet bum back on the bike, but within 20-30 minutes you're totally dried out because everything's so hot. So moving past how we discovered you should always carry some tissues with you, I then began to make my way to the next stop, and that would be a small town called Ban Rak Thai on the Thailand-Myanmar border. And the road there blew my mind. Out of all of these incredible roads in the area, the road up to Ban Rak Thai really was a highlight. But you'll have to tune into the next video to see that. As I mentioned earlier, I'm now moving to Thailand. This footage you're seeing, it's from my trip back in February. That trip wasn't just for fun. It was, in a way, a test run. I went out there thinking, maybe I could live here. But let's see if the idea actually makes sense once I'm on the ground. Of course, the second I got there, I realised absolutely yes. This is where I want to be. Now, just about half a year later, I'm packing up and heading there for at least a year. So why am I doing this? Well, I told you all about having my bike stolen back home, and that's just one piece of it. Honestly, I suppose you could say I'm fleeing the UK. Bear with me while I break it down, and I'll explain why Thailand feels like the fix. First off, cost. Back in London, after the theft, I was looking at getting back on the road. It was going to be a downgrade. Sure, I won another bike in the raffle, but I took the cash alternative and poured a big chunk of it into my trip. Could I buy another bike in the UK now? Yeah, but the reality is I'd get absolutely shafted on insurance. And you gotta remember, most of the year in the UK, it's not really very good weather for riding anyway. It's normally wet, cold, it's hardly like that in Thailand. And for the kind of bikes I want to ride, most companies wouldn't even offer me a policy. In Thailand though, insurance on big bikes is about £200 a year. Fuel is cheaper too, and the risk of theft practically non-existent compared to London. Out here, I can actually own and enjoy the bikes I dream about, without feeling like I'm constantly looking over my shoulder. Another big reason I'm moving, I was made redundant from my job quite recently as well. I'd spent the last 3 years trying to break into the industry. Finally got my foot in the door last year, and then earlier this year, in a merger with another company, I was made redundant, and the management completely let me down. There was zero communication, had no idea what was happening, and my career was totally derailed. I could try and rebuild it, but it would be just as hard as the first time, I'm sure. And though I loved my work and I put my heart and soul into it, it was a real passion of mine. Along with all these other reasons why London was becoming too much of a struggle, just contributed to feeling like I had to try something radical. Then there's housing. I've never had my own place. Since moving out, I've been in house shares. As someone who's pretty independent, I've always struggled with that. To be honest, I've had it enough. In London, rent was insane. I worked 5, sometimes 6 days a week just to cover it. And there was barely anything left for, actually living my life. In Thailand, I can afford my own apartment, a proper space, privacy, and it's going to cost a fraction of what I used to pay back home. Everything's more affordable here. Food, activities, even just going out for a coffee. Although not in the most bougie places, for sure. Back in London, doing anything fun meant spending money, even money I didn't have. Here I can enjoy myself. I can live my life instead of just surviving. I'm excited for a fresh start. I've been practicing my Thai. Pom gamlang rian put phasa Thai. I'm still a beginner, but I can't wait to improve and start having proper conversations with people here. I'm also planning to take Thai cooking classes, train Muay Thai, and finally get into yoga. Of course, most of my time will still be spent on 2 wheels, but we'll see how the channel develops as I explore all this. You never know what I might make a video of. So yeah, my own place, my own bike, surrounded by incredible nature, amazing people, delicious food, and actual sunshine, being able to pursue hobbies and passions I couldn't afford to before. All these reasons and more is why I'm making this move, and I'm so excited to bring you along for the ride. Okay, I'll admit it, I'm a bit obsessed with motorbikes. I love them all, from scooters to Harleys to race bikes screaming around the track. Back in the UK I had my Scrambler, but now that I'm here in Thailand, looking at what's available feels like being a kid in a candy shop. Right now, the strongest contenders for my next bike are the Triumph Street Triple, 675 or the 765, given that it's only 40-50,000 more, or the sportier Honda CBR 650R. I would love a Triumph Daytona 675, but sadly it seems Thailand never got that model. At least they still have Triumph. There's a lot to consider. Do I trade comfort for performance? What about fuel economy? Reliability? Honestly though, this is the fun part. Shopping around for the perfect machine is its own adventure, and I can't wait to pick up my new ride and start our journey together. And then there's YouTube. I'm pretty new to this whole being a YouTuber thing, but I'm excited to give it my best shot. It's my dream to build this passion into something special. I want to share this incredible country with you. The rides, the food, the people, the hidden spots. Maybe I'll do some vlogs. Take you shopping at a Thai market, come to my cooking classes, chilling on the beach of Krabi, or getting lost in the madness of Bangkok. That could be fun, right? I don't know if I'll be any good at it yet, but I'll try my best to create content that feels authentic to me, while still keeping you engaged. And it's not just Thailand. I want to explore more of Southeast Asia. Vietnam is high on my list. I need to complete the Chiang loop. I tried it when I was there in February, but I got very sick and I had to bail, so definitely something that I'm very keen to return to. And I'll take you along for the ride. One day as well, I want to ride from Saigon to Ha Long Bay, just like the Top Gear boys. So stick around and give me your support if you want to see that happen. I'm new to YouTube, figuring it all out as I go, but if you appreciate what I'm doing and want to come along for the ride, hit that subscribe button. The journey's just getting started. So yeah, this is it. A new country, a new chapter, a new bike waiting for me out there somewhere. I started this whole journey because I couldn't imagine life without a motorbike. Losing my first one sucked, but maybe this is life pushing me towards something bigger. Now I get to ride some of the most incredible roads in the world, surrounded by stunning nature, vibrant culture, and food that's so spicy it might actually kill me. This isn't just about motorbikes though. It's about freedom, about actually living, not just existing. And now I want to bring you along for every part of it. The rides, the highs, the inevitable lows, and all the adventures in between. I'm new to YouTube, but this is me sharing my passion, figuring it out as I go. And if you want to be here at the start of this journey, if you want to see what's next, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe, join the ride, and let's see where this takes us. This is only the beginning. I think I've run out of things to say in this video, but I still got some footage which I want to share. So if you want to stick around and watch that, feel free. I honestly think the scenery, landscapes, the footage that I got in the second half of this video is some of the most beautiful footage that I captured. So make sure you stick around to see that. If you don't, thanks for listening. I'm going to try to share more of my stories, more of my thoughts, more of my adventures. Obviously in the future, I'm going to be mic'd up when I'm riding. I didn't mic up while I was riding, and to be honest, on that trip, even if I was mic'd up, I don't think I'd be talking much because I was just enjoying the riding so much. But I'll be mic'd up when I'm out there vlogging, so I can share what I'm thinking, what's going through my mind while I'm riding. But for now, I'm just gonna try and write enough to share some interesting things, tell a few stories, and now that I've said what I wanted to say for this video, just enjoy the riding, and thank you for watching.